Confirmed list I yensa kan ye true dwa me ma mo information bi na sa information no ene officially Communications Directorate Jubilee House Accra the statement aba statement no is titled President Akufo Addo's new government and we yensa kan you asumnity en ye or say the President of the Republic Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo will on Thursday 21st January 2021, which is ene, submit to Parliament the list of proposed ministers and regional ministers of his new government to the Speaker of Parliament for the process of their prior approval for appointment in accordance with the dictates of the Constitution. As has already been correctly indicated, the total number of ministers to be appointed by President Akufo Addo will not exceed 85. And okaya enra me bossa number no down from the 126 that characterized his first term in office. 7 ministers, namely seven ministries, naming aviation, business development, inner city and zongo development, monitoring and evaluation, planning, regional reorganization and development, and special development initiatives have been realigned. The president has effected his realignment, because virtually all these special purpose ministries have achieved the purposes for which they were established. The office of the senior minister has also been abolished. This will result in a total of 28 ministries, down from the 36 of his first term. Ministries, as you see, bako 28. First term, the ministries near bako 36. And Ramubekaya, I made mention of that. In Tiasobete, about 28. Furthermore, the president intends to appoint a minister for public enterprises who will be operating directly under the ambit of the presidency and not from a ministry. The minister will oversee a major restructuring of the entire state-owned enterprises sector to improve the productivity and profitability of the sector. A minister of state has been nominated and, if approved, will be assigned to the Ministry of Works and Housing, in addition to the substantive minister, to give special focus to the critical issue of affordable mass housing envisaged as one of the priorities of the president's second term. In the attendance, say Ministry of Works and Housing, no, yebenya minister in charge of Works and Housing, na yasienya Minister of State at the Ministry of Works and Housing. Sana statement he eka. In all, President Akufo Addo will appoint a total of 30 ministers. In the ministers, 30 ministers and 16 regional ministers, bringing the total number of ministers to 46. 8 of this number are women. Enti Emma 8 no insia ministers and mienu regional ministers. Enti 46 ministers no 30 ministers, 16 regional ministers. Emu nwotwe ma Emma ne nso emu nsia substantive ministers and mienu regional ministers. This is the list that will be submitted to Parliament by the President on Thursday, which is today. In this list, nebe kone. And enche sabeka list ni bena yedene nyina atuma ni mtima fidie no na Asempa FM. So batie. Also, the President has decided that there will be no deputy regional ministers. Enra meboso. At an appropriate date, the President, in accordance with the Constitution, will submit to Parliament the list of all deputy ministers of state for its approval. In the end list, nebebano, a ministers and one regional ministers, deputies no, modi nuruho, inti druha ibedi no Hong Kong. Tie. Activities of the inner city and zongo development ministry are to be brought under the presidency. with a coordinator appointed to supervise as well as exercise oversight responsibility over the Zongo Development Fund. Inti Inner City and Zongo Development Ministry, Nisisiano, eba under the office of the President. Na obe power coordinator and the minister biu, ebe coordinator. Sa coordinator no obe share Inner City and Zongo Development Ministry so no, ono ebe singa share Zongo Development Fund no eso. The newly renamed Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. It is as a ministry needing for Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development will be tasked with overseeing the outstanding activities of the SWAL Regional Reorganization and Development Ministry. Matters to do with the Special Development Initiatives Ministry will be coordinated from the presidency and will be those of the Monitoring and Evaluation Ministry. And the Special Development Initiatives Ministry and a Monitoring and Evaluation Ministry, no, omujuma omudino. In this year, some ministry no any hobby, but omujuma omudino, ebekwa office of the president ase. The Aviation Ministry is to be merged into the enlarged Ministry of Transport, with activities of the Ministry of Planning also being subsumed under Ministry of Finance. In the end, the Aviation Ministry, Ekoshe Transport Ministry, ase. Na Ministry of Planning, Ekoshe Finance Ministry, ase. The Business Development Ministry is to be merged with the Ministry of Trade and Industry. In the Business Development Ministry, Ekoshe Ministry of Trade and Industry. A new Minister of Energy is to be appointed. And I catch them say Matthew Opoko Prempe and Ekosa Ministry or list official list na ebeba and a bar ya the betrija amamu. Or say a new Minister for Energy is to be appointed, who will be assisted by deputy ministers, one of whom will be an indigene of the Western region. In the Energy Minister, no new minister and a Eco Energy Ministry. Obenya deputy ministers, but statement nanka say deputy ministers ni yemienu, so mo yemiensa. Or say they will be deputy ministers, but unim say in the first term, not deputy ministers ni yemiensa. Sisia no say there will be deputy ministers. We don't know the number, but one of whom will be an indigene of the Western region. Tiemubako ebe free Western region. On Wednesday, 20th January, and Thursday, 21st January, President Akufo held one-on-one meetings with the new ministers designate, as well as with his first-term ministers, who will not transition into the new government, to break the news to them. In the now, we share ministers are all the power, we share will be a one-on-one. And on the first term, so ministers now, Sisia omunka second term we who be ministers be brave. You in the first term as Sisia. Wawo metiko esi baby omuno so hia omunyina at the news no to when him sign a statement eka or say to the ministers designate. President Akufo congratulated them on their nominations and expressed his expectation that they will be promptly approved by Parliament to allow them to start work forthwith. To the former ministers, the president assured them of possible roles to be played in the larger governmental structure and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. This is signed by Eugene Ahin, Acting Director Communications, Office of the President. Statement no any year him say yensa ebeka list nafi ya go over list nankasa ede amamo. Ahomanu so sisia lawyer Kojo Opon Kroma ya managina so ache yengen reactions to court issues no any new application petitioner no ede Supreme Court. Lawyer Kojo Opon Kroma akwaba apomi ede. Hello? Hello? Okay. Kojo Opon Kroma homano entutu mu eye nti ebehwe se yebenya no bio na afi ye no atoa ye nkomo no eso. Say the medical grass, and when we get the list no yebema mo hu said ye nyoma isi echo. But at least enra ye ma mo a fair idea how list no said ye nyoma ebesi akọ enra mo a mutie ye no ye de sansem ni nyina etruja ede ema mo nti for obia wo no wentie confirmed list of ministerial nominees no Matthew Opoku Prempe Ministry of Energy mamini kojo nwie na mensan entwa so emamo honorable